Okay, let's get started talking about nucleic acids today. All right, so nucleic acid has the monomer of a nucleotide, and a nucleotide is made of 3 parts. I'm trying to get that a little more focused. It is made of a 5-carbon sugar, and this is either going to be ribose or deoxyribose. And let's zoom in a little bit. It has a nitrogenous base, so an N base. That is either adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine in DNA, or thymine is replaced with uracil in RNA. And then a phosphate group. Now, if this is DNA and RNA, then you're going to have 1 phosphate group. If you're talking about ATP, you could have anywhere from 1 to 3 phosphate groups. All right, so that's the monomer. That is a nucleotide. And this 5-carbon sugar has C, H, and O in it. So it is a carbon-based molecule. We also have a nitrogen base, so we know that they have nitrogen, and we have a phosphate group, so we know that they have phosphorus. And so the second I can statement is I can name the atoms found in a nucleic acid, and those are going to be your atoms, chomp. All right, the last I can statement that has to do with nucleic acids is I can compare and contrast DNA and RNA. So we're going to make a kind of like a T-chart for that. All right, so DNA has A, T, C, and G. RNA has A, U, C, and G. Or you could say they both have A, C, and G, and DNA has thymine and RNA has uracil. They both have a 5-carbon sugar that is ribose in RNA and deoxyribose, which just means it is missing an oxygen in DNA. DNA is double-stranded. RNA is single-stranded. There's really only one type of DNA, just good old DNA. But there are many, many types. There are 3 main types of RNA, tRNA, rRNA, and mRNA. But there are also a bunch of others that we'll talk about when we get to Unit 6, like siRNA, snRNA, srpRNA. So there's a bunch of others. Just know that there's many types, but there are 3 main ones that we talk about. DNA stays in the nucleus. And RNA can leave the nucleus. So it's made in the nucleus, but it leaves the nucleus to go to the ribosome. They both have phosphate groups. It's supposed to be a P with a circle around it. They both have the nitrogenous bases. They both store genetic information and transmit it to different places. DNA they are both involved in transcription. See if I can squeeze that in there, which is going from DNA to RNA. RNA leaves the nucleus, goes to the ribosome for translation. So DNA is not a part of that. Replication is something DNA does. That's where it is copied, that RNA is not a part of. So there may be a few other things, but those are the big ones as far as how they are different. So contrasting or comparing them, how they are similar. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, let me know.